What makes a player who contributed to a championship leave one of the greatest dynasties in the NBA? There's a story that few people know, a tale that reveals the behind-the-scenes of a decision that impacted the career of a Golden State Warriors champion. This is a narrative about choices, politics, and perhaps a bit of disappointment. Before we dive into this intriguing story, if you're new here on the Golden State Hoops channel, make sure to subscribe and leave a like so you don't miss any exclusive content about our beloved Warriors. In 2018, Quinn Cook was living the dream of any NBA player. He was part of the Golden State Warriors, a team that dominated the league and won yet another title that year. Cook, often underestimated, was a key piece in that victory. However, what seemed to be the beginning of a solid career in a winning franchise quickly took an unexpected turn. 2 years later, Cook was no longer wearing the Warriors uniform. He was standing alongside LeBron James, defending the colors of the Los Angeles Lakers, the biggest rivals of the San Francisco team. What happened behind the scenes? Why did Cook make this decision that surprised so many? During his appearance on the Jeff Island podcast, Cook finally revealed the reason behind this sudden change. The player began his story by talking about the politics involved in free agency. After the 2018 season, Cook became a restricted free agent, meaning the Warriors had the first chance to match any offer made by another team. But, according to Cook, things weren't that simple. I was excited to have contributed in the finals, but the politics and business started to come into play during my free agency, Cook revealed. The player, who had received a qualifying offer from the Warriors, was confident in his future with the team. The Warriors' offer seemed to be the perfect opportunity for Cook to continue his journey with the team. His agent, however, advised caution. The suggestion was to wait and see if other, perhaps better, offers would come. Cook trusted the process. My agent called me about 3 times saying that the market was kind of slow, and that maybe it was better to accept the offer and kill it in the next season. He reminded me that I already knew the team's system well, and with Klay Thompson out, I would have more chances to play, Cook explained, recalling that moment of uncertainty. Then something unexpected happened. Just as Cook was about to sign the Warriors' offer, he received a surprising notification. They sent me the contract, and I started signing it. As I was doing that, I received a notification that the Warriors had withdrawn the offer. I had screenshots of everything, every detail documented, Cook recounted, still with a tone of disbelief in his voice. The withdrawal of the offer turned Cook from a restricted free agent into an unrestricted free agent, a change that could completely alter the course of his career. The news that Cook was available on the market spread quickly. The phone started ringing. Quinn Snyder, head coach of the Utah Jazz, was one of the first to call. Within minutes, Cook received calls from 4 different teams. But it was one specific call that changed everything. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' general manager, were interested in his services. Suddenly, Bron called me, Rob Pelinka called me, AD called me. They had just gotten AD, and I thought, this might be a unique opportunity, Cook recalled. Despite the tempting offers, Cook still had an emotional connection with the Warriors. Steve Kerr, the coach who led him to the title, also reached out. The conversation was cordial, but the tone indicated that something had changed. Steve called me and said he'd love to have me back. They were keeping a roster spot open, and I could compete for it, Cook remembered. However, the disappointment had already set in. I thought, I just won a championship with you guys, I was a big contributor for the past few years, but no, I'll pass. I love Steve, he was the best coach I've had since Coach K, but I felt like Golden State owed me a bit more than that. Cook's decision to decline the Warriors' offer wasn't just a matter of pride. It reflected a sense of undervaluation, a feeling that his efforts and accomplishments hadn't been fully recognized. I declined in a professional manner, he said, but the hurt was evident in his words. Cook isn't the first, and certainly won't be the last, to feel this way in the NBA. The league is a ruthless business where emotions are often set aside in the name of efficiency and strategy. Moments like this, when players believe they are being left behind, are common in the NBA. Many athletes are caught off guard by last-minute decisions, and their careers never recover. Some manage to find their way back into the league, but unfortunately, most aren't as lucky. Cook was determined not to be just another name on the forgotten list. He knew he still had a lot to offer, and the Lakers' proposal seemed like the perfect opportunity to show that. By choosing the Lakers, Cook not only joined a team that also had championship aspirations, but he also aligned himself with a group led by one of the greatest players of all time. The decision was a calculated risk. He knew he could face challenges in Los Angeles, but he was ready to prove his worth in a new setting. The irony is that by leaving the Warriors, Cook found himself once again in the title race, this time alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Quinn Cook's story is a powerful reminder that, in the NBA, things can change in the blink of an eye. Decisions that seem simple on the surface are often shaped by a series of complex factors that involve much more than just performance on the court. Cook, like many before him, had to navigate these turbulent waters, making decisions that could define the course of his career. And, in the end, his choice to leave the Golden State Warriors can be seen as a reflection of his determination to control his own destiny. So, what do you think of this story? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Golden State Hoops channel for more stories and analyses about our beloved team. See you next time.